Okay, so let's move on to what you have got when you have got a concept. Ayn Rand has this fantastic analogy, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, of a concept to a file folder. Since concepts represent a system of cognitive classification, in itself a totally new idea, since concepts represent a system of cognitive classification, a given concept serves, speaking metaphorically, as a file folder in which man's mind files his knowledge of the existence it subsumes. The analogy is fantastic. Unfortunately, it's a little dated. So I have a more modern analogy, a Wikipedia entry. A concept is like a Wikipedia entry. It stores information on a certain type of thing. And you notice there's even a picture there, and you have the equivalent for your concepts. If I say dog, you can remember or conjure up, through imagination, a picture of a dog. Most of your concepts, if they're not too terribly abstract, you can easily remember a concrete or two. But the concept does not store every dog you've ever seen. The concept stores the knowledge you have that applies to every dog you've seen. Now, just taking another step further, the word is like the Wikipedia heading, camera, and it plays a crucial role, but not as the object, not what we are thinking about, but as form, as how. The word is an information handling device. The word, Ayn Rand says, is what you use to complete the integration. To complete the integration. Before you have the word, you may see that these tables are similar to this podium, well, this table. The tables in front of you look similar to this as opposed to the stairs going up here or the carpet or the microphone stand. You can see that similarity, and you might, quote, get it. But if you don't tie it down with a word, you haven't made a new mental entity. So you need a word table or another word of your choice to hold this integration in mind, to make it really a full integration rather than just a pile. I like to say that before you firm it up with a word, you just have sorted things into piles. There's these look similar as opposed to these. So you've got a pile, and you go out of the room, and it's gone. The word makes it into an entity. The word is what actually integrates things into a concept. Just like in Wikipedia or on your computer, if you type in and don't save under a file name, or you don't have a heading on Wikipedia, you might as well not exist. That information you could still exist. But the information in there is gone if you don't save it. Even if it were written to disk, but you don't know the file name, you can't get it. So it's not just the difference between hard drive and RAM, it's the fact that you cannot access the information if you haven't saved it under a label that you can get. Now, if you're going to go back to the file folder just for completeness, if you're going to go back to the old physical file folder example, what is the word? What's the analogy to the word? Label, raise your hand if you think it's lame. Wrong. It's the folder. It's the manila thing into which you put the pages. The label is analogous to the definition. The definition, just as the label tells you quickly what's in the folder, the definition tells you quickly what's in your concept, so to speak. But it's the word The word is what binds the things together. You associate all the information to that word. The word is like you could tie it with string, and then the word would be the string, or you could have a loose leaf binder with a clip thing, and then the word would be the binder, because the word binds. That's its function. It does not explain. So you could have a word that did this that would not yet have a definition. Like Rourke in The Fountainhead talks about the principle behind the Dean. Now that's a phrase, but he could shorten it to Dean principle. But he doesn't know what it is yet. He doesn't have a definition of it. He knows there's a phenomenon there. He sees a similarity between the Dean and Keating and certain other people, but he hasn't got the idea of the second-hander yet. So the word is that which holds the things together. It doesn't explain them. It just retains them and makes them into a one, into an entity. You can put it into your brain and pull it back out of your brain. It's a handle on them, on the information.